Missed the target! Ah! Hello everyone, Emp Missiles here. Here we are in another Minecraft mod showcase. Now, if you remember this place well, this is where we done the Buildcraft mod. But what are we doing back here? Well, with all things evil, we're going to be launching missiles at this village. Non-personal, just because of one little villager wanting 500 emeralds just to build one tiny hut. See, look, it's not even complete. He's just laying down at the job. So, why not get back at him and launch some missiles at him? Yeah, I know that sounds evil. So, for those who don't know what an ICBM is, an ICBM is represents for intercontinental ballistic missiles, which nations around the world has, some devastating than others. But even North Korea has theirs, which are still developing, which we're keeping an eye on there. So, there are three kinds. We have the regular missiles, we have the explosives, and then the minecart, which they all do the same thing except different form. But there are some that are on missiles only than the explosives. And here we have grenades. Now I'm gonna throw this one over here. See? What the heck happened? Okay, this is a glitch. This is not meant to happen. Let's try again. Okay, so there's a bit of glitch here. But it should work. Okay, so let's go over Shrapnel, shall we? Okay, let's try this one again. What the? Okay, this area is glitched. Let's go over here. Now let's launch Shrapnel. Stay back and watch. Boom. As you can see, it launches fiery arrows. So if you want to clear them out with a fireball, this is the kind of bomb to do it. Now let's test on some villagers. Never really got a chance to test them. Okay, got a copy of a villager. Put out here. Now this is one of those harmless ones which doesn't do structural damage. Some of these, look at that. Okay, then kill him instantly. Oh, never mind. Just does enough damage so that the flame can get to it. Okay, then we have Incinerary, which when you throw it, it's just a fiery bomb, as you can tell by the flames emitting. Now this is another bomb that, for what you want to do the slash and burn method on your Minecraft world, this is the kind of thing to do it. Instead of just using flint and steel, which, well, I'd recommend that's cheaper because it's not cheap. So this is definitely your upgrade for. But there's one thing that this mod did to your TNT. Let's try it. Put TNT down. It was not supposed to do that. Okay, let's just try with flint and steel. Oh, guess that's not really different. Now, as you can tell, that the TNT will be completely defunct thanks to this mod. Now let's do with the missiles. Now, this is a conventional missile. Now, to launch the missiles, you will need a laser designator. So what you do is that you right-click on the missile silo to put in a missile. As you can see, they're like going on a missile. Then right-click on this, set a frequency. You can set it to from range. Frequency set to 1. Frequency. So So we are going to destroy that. The blacksmith, see? Look, it's flying. It's falling. It's dropping. And... yes, and by the way, the accuracy is not really that good. But there is a way to fix it. You can put in launcher support frames. Now, what the launcher support frames do is that they'll improve the accuracy of your missiles. So let's try again. Launch missile. Go high up in the air. Drop down and boom, hit its target. Villagers, I have more devastating missiles for you, especially for you, Shady One. Now these are tier 1 missiles, but there is a special item here that you won't have to require a missile silo to launch a missile. It can launch low tier level missiles, like Gears conventional missile, rocket launcher, aim, fire. And as you can see, it just does the same thing. But these rockets have a fun functionality. If you're quick enough, no. You can ride the missiles, which means like woohoo! Yep, darn. Then look at shrapnel, incinerary, defibrillation. Now the chemical missile. Now this does damage to the mobs rather than the structures. In this case, we're gonna launch them to these group of villagers. He's gonna drop down and releases a gas. Now this does the poison effect. But unlike the poison effect, which you can get rid of with milk, this chemical effect cannot be reversed with milk. What you'll need is the antidote. To craft the antidote, you will need like 9 of any kind of seed to craft the antidote, which is a really cheap fix. As you can see, damaged enough, and it's a one-hit kill. So you can just launch this to a bunch of villagers or Minecraft players. Go in, one hit, kill them all. Genocide. Yes, that does sound horrible. Now there's another one similar to it, and that's a Contagious Missile. Now it does the very same thing, nothing special, but it has a different smoke effect, which I'll show you here. Put the Contagious Missile there. Launch them to a bunch of villagers. And it's all coming down. It has a green gas this time. Green. My color. Yep. I'm gonna go in. One hit villagers. Okay, so we're gonna up this a bit. Now, the Rejuvenation Missile it's a very unique missile. Because unlike missiles which can destroy, the Rejuvenating Missile can repair. For this, let's launch here. It may be too close, but hey, watch this. Boom! Now, it just does it chunk by chunk. Not like it has a special radius. It's just a chunk repairing. So you get it. Emp Missiles. Now what this will do is that if you have a enemy base which has a lot of electricity, this, from I know, will not destroy the enemy base. Watch this. Just gonna launch it far, far away, like right there. As you can see, it doesn't do damage, but all electricity will be wiped out, thus rendering electronics useless and all backup power systems useless. So really good to stun them. Now we move on to the nuclear missile. The nuclear missile is a very destructive missile. Okay, now we're going to aim like right here. Let's sit back and watch. Watch as it destroys this village. Oh, look at that. Well, whatever it doesn't kill, whatever it doesn't destroy, the radiation and damaging will get to the villagers. Somehow you survived, Trayorus. Yeah, Dr. Trayorus. Oh, that's not my thing. That's Dan CDM's. But then you have some joke missiles like the Anvil Missile. Watch what it does. So it's going to launch right here. It'll go up, 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 and then come down. As you see, it just spawns a bunch of anvils. And you think that hey, it's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Well, this thing does kill. Put a villager right here. Put a villager right here. Hey, we need you for a test. Hey, hey, what are you doing? Okay, launch. Stay there. This will only hurt a bit. And as you can see, within that chunked area, it's a one-hit kill, which can do not just a one, but a whole ton of damage. Now, these two, actually these, are the most destructive missiles ever devised. Seriously, we're talking about they bring on a hell of a lot of pain. But this is the anti-ballistic missile. So what it does is that if an enemy launches a missile at you, you just launch the anti-ballistic missile and it'll counter that missile, destroying it without sending off its explosives. Now the red matter, destructive, but the antimatter, let's say anything with a blast radius will no longer exist. Nuclear cluster missile, which you can tell, which that's like a whole bunch clustered up. Let's launch red matter. We'll launch it over here. You'll see why this thing is destructive. Come on, come down, come down, come down, come down, come down. As you can see, it spawns a black hole. And all blocks will be sucked into it. Which means you can just... Yep, so I would recommend staying away from this, well, if you're in survival, because you'll be sucked in. And now we save the best for last. The Antimatter Missile. This is the most destructive missile ever devised in this mod. I mean, once this thing launches, unless you have an anti-ballistic protocol, you ain't gonna prevent this thing. Now the blast radius is ginormous. So my station here will be destroyed. Bye bye village. Okay, something went wrong. It destroyed my base. Well, at least you know the blast radius. And this is the only bomb that can destroy anything, especially bedrock. Now, before we leave this mod review, this does include some defenses, such as some spikes. Spikes, which which you can place around. Oh. Which, as you can see, we're going to spawn a villager here. As you can see, okay, this is a very glitched area, by the way. Put a bit of here. The spikes with that. Poison kills them with poison. And then regular spikes just binds them. Look at the destruction I've done. I gotta finish the job. Nuclear explosives. It's time to finish the job. Nothing remains. Yep. Yes, you can push the block. And now we need to destroy this. And yes, and these bombs can affect weather. Well, folks, that's it for the Icbm mod, which I'll post in the description below. And with this mod, you can have Cold Wars in your server. Yep, a Cold War of destroying each other. Thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe and tap the bell. And I'll see you all later. Goodbye.